Did the doctor order the gastroenema exam for this patient?
This test is called gastroenema, used to treat constipation by administering a contrast enema to patients. It examines the large intestine and treats constipation.
As long as I'm here, I'll never let you die.
Good evening. This is Left, an X-ray tech from Texas. There is a phrase in English, kill with kindness. The literal translation is kindness kills. The true meaning is to be kind to someone who mistreats you, not to retaliate, but to make them fall in love with you. This time, we will take this phrase literally. That is, gently guiding the dying person on his way to the next world. We all know that 100% of all living things born in this world will die. You and I will both die someday. Many people tend to forget that they die as well. And right now, there are many people who are wandering between death and life. How would you feel if those people were your loved ones? Do you want them to live for years in a bedridden state? They need someone's help to do anything. They have no freedom. If you want them to stay alive while bedridden, you can tell them not to die anyway, and they will live for years. Although they may look non-responsive, their ears can hear well.
Dad, don't die. I would be sad if you died, Dad.
If you died, I would be in trouble. What will happen to us when you die, Dad?
If one continues to hear these words, one's mind will abhor death and want to stay in this world forever. Occasionally, female patients over the age of 100 come to the ER. I ask them this question. How do you feel about living longer? They then reply, I feel lonely because my friends, acquaintances, and children died. Don't many of you think that the longer life is, the better and happier you are? Not really. Please try to imagine. If you live too long, your spouse as your best friend will die. Then the brothers and sisters die, then the friends who spent their youth together. The people who used to work with you, your boss, co-workers. And your children will die too. Also, the neighbors you grew up with, your hairstylists, and handymen who served you every time will die. Your family doctor is also going to die before you know it. What would you do if you lived the longest and your closest loved ones died? Nobody can live alone. When something happens, can you count on grandchildren and great-grandchildren? On the other hand, while your loved one is in limbo, you may get involved in an accident and die. Then, what's going to happen to your loved one without you? It's just terrifying to think about it. Death is considered harmful, but it's the same as a baby's birth. They are only born in the next world. But they leave behind their dead bodies. So those left behind are grieving. Metaphorically, the soul leaving from the body is the same as a butterfly coming out of its chrysalis. Chicks hatching from eggs. The driver getting out of a stuck car that no longer runs. In this way, a soul becomes free from a worn-out body. It feels no pain. It feels like no worries, no loneliness, no sorrow. It can go anywhere with the energy of the soul. More than anything else, the soul can fly to the next world. You won't disappear when you die. It is said that when you, as a soul, enter the next life, you will meet your family members and loved ones who died earlier. They must be your parents, siblings, or grandparents. It's just like doing a family reunion in the next life. If you can see your family again, even if you die, you won't be lonely. Considering this, older people who become bedridden or vegetative have no time to linger in this world. They would be happier if they could throw away this life where they had to rely on others and go freely and quickly to the people they love. But if they have fear and suspicion about death, they will never die. The dura of death encourages them to pass on to the next world. A dura is originally a supporter of expectant mothers, taking care of pregnant women, encouraging them, and facilitating childbirth. Death is the same as childbirth, so a doula should support those close to the end. However, anyone can be a doula. Here I will tell you about my experience of being a doula. During the pandemic, I took X-rays of patients in the COVID ICU. Also, most of the patients who are hospitalized in the Corona ICU are deceased. As you can see from the X-ray, the lungs are filled with fluid and have no room for air. A tube is inserted from the mouth into the throat to give oxygen, but the lungs do not absorb it, so it leaks out outside the lungs. In such a state, if you take X-ray pictures every day, the patient's lungs will become whiter and whiter. X-rays are negative films, so air appears dark, and water, bones, and muscles appear white. If you stay in the ICU like this every day, your body won't get enough oxygen and nutrients, and you'll lose weight. Then, as shown in the photo, it becomes only bones and skin. What do you think this patient can recover enough to return to his everyday life even in this state? Sadly, the COVID ICU limits or prohibits casual visitors. Many patients passed away with no family member in the room. Even if you were given special permission to sit at the patient's bedside, you wouldn't know what to say. If you had to say something, it would be normal to say, "Don't go," or "Don't die." But even though I'm a total stranger, I dared to whisper in their ear, "Miss Smith, are you in pain? Has anybody shown up to pick you up? You will soon see a bright light. If you see it, go towards it. Your father and mother and loved ones are waiting there. Everyone goes there. I'll be there soon too. When you get there, you will be released from pain, and you will be free. And you'll be happy. So relax, take it easy, let your body flow. Rest assured. This way, the patient will not be tested the next day. She has finally finished her life. For those who have families who are currently wandering between life and death, I made a list on ChatGPT about what the departing soul wants to hear as a final farewell from a loved one. There are 5 in all. Number 1. I love you. This simple phrase can be significant to an older person who may feel lonely or isolated. Number 2. Thank you. Expressing gratitude for how the older person has positively impacted your life can help them feel appreciated and valued. Number 3. I'm sorry. If there are any past conflicts or misunderstandings between you and the older person, apologizing and seeking forgiveness can help provide closure and peace of mind. Number 4. You've made a difference. Acknowledging the older person's contributions and accomplishments, whether personally or professionally, can help them feel like their life has had meaning and purpose. Number 5. We'll be okay. Letting the older person know that their family will continue and thrive after they're gone can help ease any worries about leaving loved ones behind. Sadly, these activities certainly seem to kill loved ones. It would be wrong to keep their souls tied up like prisoners in a broken car. How did you like this video? Thank you for your viewing. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And subscribe to the channel.
With you, I can be sad with you. Just take my hand and fly up through the